Back with another IGTV tutorial. I don't think I'll ever do that again. Intro. Salutations everybody, Benjamin Brandon here, back with another IGTV tutorial, and this is a continuation from the last video that I made, which is essentially 8 things you need to learn about Instagram TV. So without further ado, let's just get into it. But before we do that, let's meet today's sponsor, shall we? If you're new to IGTV and you're just struggling with how to use the platform, how to succeed on it, and how to create the content that you need to succeed, the IGTV Masterclass is totally for you. It's a complete online course that I created for people like you and me, and it's super affordable and cheap and awesome. And honestly, I didn't make it for the money because I don't make money off of it. So if you're looking to succeed on IGTV, the IGTV Masterclass is for you. Link in the description below. Let's move on to the tutorial. Okay, we're gonna start with probably one of the most important tips out of any video that I've created. I've created a video about this before, but I'm bringing it up here again, and that is hashtags. Yeah, you need hashtags in IGTV videos, but you need the right types of hashtags and the proper hashtags, and well, you need to learn how to source them and get the ones that really affect your content. So for this step, I'm totally gonna need my computer, so let's just awesome. I'm gonna show you the tool that I use to get all the hashtags on IGTV, but before that, let's go through the basics of IGTV hashtags. First, how many hashtags can you use? Great question, I'm glad you asked it. The answer is 30, just like a regular Instagram post. And just like normal Instagram strategy, you probably don't wanna use all 30 hashtags for every IGTV video that you make. And this begs the question, why should you use hashtags for IGTV videos? Oh, another great question, you're sharp, you. Honestly, you've probably recognized now that there is not much discovery on IGTV. You know, that search feature is not really a global search, it only searches for channels or profiles. But some of my success on IGTV and some of the videos that went viral were totally because of hashtags. Yeah, it really truly makes you discoverable, especially on the recent tab in the hashtag profile. So here you can see a recent vertical vlog that I just posted about an hour ago. Let's go into the hashtag here. And hashtag vertical video is kind of a medium hashtag, or what I like to call a micro hashtag, something below 10,000 posts. And you can see here that I'm currently not ranking in the top post. But as you can see, most recent, my video is right there, so people can click on it, see what it's about, and if they like it, they follow or like or whatever. Display your video to new audiences for those who either follow or look at a certain hashtag. Now, when I mentioned it's harder to rank your IGTV video on a hashtag top post section, it isn't impossible, especially for super small hashtags. The Explore page is like YouTube's trending page or homepage, essentially. It literally is the place where people will go to first if they want to start binging or just watching certain content when they have time. This was the #1 way that I grew my Instagram account from, I think it was like 3,000 at the time, closing in on that, to over 8,000 right now, is because I had IGTV videos hit the Explore page. But mainly they were trending on the popular section in the IGTV app itself. And that's the goal, guys, is the hashtags that you use mixed with how much engagement and attention your video gains from new and current followers, plus audience retention, which is the #1 metric in IGTV, gets you a shot at the Explore page. Whether it's for an hour or 2, you will automatically attract new people to watch your awesome content. And man, when those IGTV videos hit that Explore page, whew, I gained so many new friends because of that. It's crazy. So now that you know the formula to gain exposure on the Explore page, let's talk about how to find proper hashtags. I keep saying proper, right? It's because you don't want to be a needle in a haystack. So let's say you take a hashtag like hashtag video. That is extremely saturated. Just because you made a video doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be seen on that hashtag at all. So steering away from juggernaut hashtags like this is a very good idea. I personally always like to add like 1 unicorn hashtag. Who knows, maybe the video pops, I don't know. But don't make it a habit at least. Now let me show you exactly how I source hashtags. This tool is a game changer. It's called Flick. Let me show you how it works real quick. I did make a video about it. I'll link that below. And since I did, I won't go too in depth. I'll just kind of give you a rundown. So here's how it works. I'll start with typing in, I don't know, vertical video perhaps. And what it does is it searches for any related hashtags to vertical video, to that hashtag that you just searched for. So you can see people are using other hashtags like this for vertical video, but you can do another one like IGTV and see what that happens there. And another cool thing is when you hover up on these related hashtags, you can see on the right that it shows you how many posts are within this hashtag and how many average likes this particular hashtag gets. Anyway, I can hit export and then copy these hashtags right into my notes app. You remember you're paying attention, right? Put everything in my notes, then paste it into IGTV. And that's it, simple as that. So that's how you get the proper hashtags. That's how I get my proper hashtags at least. Let's move on. So a lot of what I've been going through is strategy, right? IGTV strategy. But none of that will work unless your content looks appealing. And for that, we need to focus on video composition. But I'm mainly referring to composition rules that I've created called the vertical thirds. Now, what the heck is that? Honestly, the easiest way to think about that is it's the rule of thirds, the traditional film rule, applying it vertically. And you mainly need to focus on it in a few scenarios. The first is A-roll. For A-roll, center framing is key. I mean, that's just general, whether it's just vertical or horizontal. As you can see here, this is a center frame shot. It's extremely important for vertical video because if you've seen videos like this where you're just kind of like not in frame and it just looks weird and just a little amateur and you're just like, no, what are you doing? Granted, that's a lot harder to try to do with phones because what most of us do is shoot with our phone with our rear cameras and therefore we can't really see ourselves, so we think we're in frame but we're really not. Hack to that, super simple, get a wide angle lens for your phone. Gets rid of that right away. And if you need any help with that, there is a video link below in which I go over what I use, which is the Sandmarc wide angle lens and their tellies. Just amazing stuff and amazing quality. I go in depth on what they do, so check that out and let's move on. Now when it comes to B-roll, you also want to apply the vertical thirds to your top left and top right axes, or axes? What's the plural for axis? I don't know. Take a look at this shot here. You can see that my subject is hanging towards the right axis. And that's because by nature, our eyes are visually capitulated into these intersecting lines that you can see here. So by adding your subject in one of the places in the vertical third lines, you can see here, doesn't that look a little better? Don't you feel that your eye is attracted more towards that intersecting line? I'm not gonna tell you I made a video about that. I'm just gonna moving on. And here's the second to last tip. Here, you know, okay, can I divulge something? You know, not much really grinds my gears. I don't really get upset about much, but this one, it kind of grinds my gears. And that is stop trying to make horizontal happen, Gretchen. IGTV was created for vertical video. Thanks, Gretchen. Uploading a regular 16:9 video and making people move their phone and switch it around, that defeats the purpose of why IGTV was created in the first place. Uploading a widescreen video to Instagram TV is like eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich backwards. I mean, it's edible, but it's not a good experience. But don't just take my word for it. Let's look at some examples from social media guru himself, Gary Vaynerchuk. When IGTV came out, Gary was obviously on the platform as he does with every new platform. His team was the one that invented that rotate the screen thing, as you can see here. And for a while, he just repurposed his YouTube videos and popped them into, you know, IGTV. Until he didn't. Most recently, he began to have his content formatted vertically. And you can tell they're not shooting vertically, but they're definitely optimizing the same type of content for some type of vertical experience. So if Gary understands the IGTV experience now, so should you. Just understand one thing. IGTV was tailored for the natural inclination for people to take their phones and start watching content and looking at it and holding it vertically. And according to eMarketer's first ever global digital video forecast, which is awesome by the way, 78.4% of viewers in the world will use their mobile phones to watch digitally streamed content in 2019. So why not tailor your content to the billions of people watching on their phones? And finally, the last pro tip I'm gonna give you for Instagram TV, promote your videos outside the platform. Now to some this may be an obvious pro tip, but to others this may be a, well, how do I do that moment. Instagram does give you a way to share your videos to several platforms, but they also give you the ability to copy the link. This link that you get, as you can see, it's pretty big and clunky, and that's a really long URL. So if you put that on a post, it doesn't look the greatest. So what I do, and what I recommend for you as well, is to use a URL shortener like Bitly. Wherever you show your beautiful face on social, does anyone use Vero anymore? Make it be known that you are an IGTV creator and show others on the different platforms what you're making. Also, on that note, instead of relying on the thumbnail that the URL may generate, it's best to take your IGTV thumbnail and use that as the preview. So you'll have your description, pop the link right there, and then below that will be your thumbnail. And as you can see, this post looks better, looks more professional, and will generate more clicks, I guarantee it. So make sure you do that. And yeah, I think I'm done. But anyway, if you have any questions about this video or the last video or just anything in general about IGTV or vertical video, drop them in the comments below. I get to every single comment and make sure I answer every single question. You can also hit me up on Instagram where I answer your DMs like on the regular. But if this video provides you some value, do me a favor, here it comes, and smash that like button for me. Just get after it. Subscribe for more videos just like this to enhance your IGTV skills and your vertical video quality. Subscribing is really just my way to know that I am actually helping those who need this type of content. And thus, the more people that need it, the more I'll make. Also, hit that notification bell, thank you, because YouTube is YouTube and, you know, just it doesn't really share much of my content around. So if you hit that, apparently you'll get notified. And I, my beautiful vert friends, will see you on the next one. I'm out. Oh, almost dropped that thing. Peace.